Hello and welcome to this week's Elite Audio video, and it gives me great pleasure to talk about our attendance of the Scottish HiFi Show. Now, for those of you who have never ventured north of the border before, it is definitely worth the trip. You can go into the wilds of the Highlands and see the haggis in its native environment. Of course, for us, we're well used to those one leg longer than the other little creatures that are part of some of Scotland's mythology, but of course we all know they are actually real beings. A bit like the mythological perfect hi-fi system. And of course, that is the pursuit of all of us that are involved in this amazing hobby, I would call it, but it's probably more of an obsession, and I would easily class myself in the obsessive category. So the show is on the 9th and 10th of November, so it's only just over 2 weeks away. Full details up on screen, and also how you can book tickets will be in the video description below. But we have got an extravaganza of audio equipment for your listening pleasure. First, I want to say that we will have Lasse Danielsson from Electro Compagnie, who will be attending the show, and they're on both days, both the Saturday and the Sunday, as will be myself. We will have Graham, who's our marketing manager, and Barry, who many of you have spoken to before. He's our, I would say, our IT specialist, and that is becoming more and more necessary as streaming becomes really the prime source for most people's music source. In terms of what we will have the first time at a show in Scotland, albeit it's the first Scottish show for many years. When I was a slip of a lad was the last time that we exhibited. In fact, that's going back to Glasgow, which will tell you how long ago that was. We will have the very highly rated and recently reviewed by HiFi News picking up their Outstanding Product Award and Editor's Choice, the AW300M monos. We will have the EC 4.8 Mark II preamp, the Exact S1 streamer, the Aqua Formula DAC, which is one of the best DACs you will ever hear. For loud speakers, we will have the Audio Solutions Revival Audio, and in a smaller system we will have the Lindemann Move and Groove being driven by the Music Book series for the amplification and streaming. We also plan to have a full Zensati cable system. Puritan Audio will be doing the mains duties, and we will also have a Luxman NT07 and D07 DAC also on display, and hopefully, if it arrives on time, the HiFi Rose RD160. I've been speaking to Henley, who are the UK distributors, and I think one way or another they plan to get us one up for the show at the very least, and that will be worth the trip in alone. To see that in the flesh is, I saw it in Munich, the pictures don't do it justice. It is a stunning piece of equipment, and it will be a privilege for us to have it there exclusively. Again, being one of the first times that has been visible in the UK. So that's the HiFi Rose RD160 DAC. Now, oh, please get your tickets booked, and we will welcome you with open arms into our, I'd say it's a rather large suite that we have there, and plenty of space to walk around, mingle with other like-minded individuals, and of course get a chance to talk about your audio system to myself and to the rest of the Elite Audio team, and of course Lasse Danielsson from Electro Compagnie. Now, those of you who watched last week's, not last week's, it was 2 weeks ago, video regarding reviews and system synergy, firstly, I want to thank all of you who took the trouble to post a comment on our YouTube channel. Excuse me. It's really appreciated, and I think it really struck a chord with most of you. I think it's one of those things that seems obvious, but at times we lose sight of the path that we're trying to head down, and sometimes we need just to be kind of pulled back into the sort of the real world of how components match. And that leads me on to a very special offer that we have for this week's video. System synergy is really important, and I think one of the best sounding, I would call entry-level systems in terms of audiophile performance is the ever solo DMP A6 with its matching amp F2 and a pair of Revival Audio Sprint 3 loudspeakers. Now, I have heard this system many times, and for a retail price of just under £2,600, that price performance ratio is just spectacularly good. Lots of dynamic headroom. I would say the bass on the Sprint 3s, if you've read the reviews, it's picked up a multitude of awards for those loudspeakers. Beautifully finished. I like the fact that if you take the front grille off, they look entirely different. Remember the first time I did that, I was like, oh wow, they looked like a pair of Atalantes rather than Sprints. So that is quite a nice surprise if you prefer your loudspeakers au naturel, for want of a better expression. So the special offer is, the system as a whole is £2,578. If you buy that system complete and you order it up to and including the end of our exhibiting at the Scottish HiFi Show, we will include a pair of Revival audio stands free of charge that are worth £400. And that gives the system its completeness, because those loudspeakers, which are properly then attached, they bolt onto the stands and they're tuned to do so to give the best sound. To me, that then gives the, I guess, the icing on the cake of the system synergy. Coming back to the show, what we wish to demonstrate is that the components that we're using do synergize extremely well together, and we will have different setups playing at different times of the event itself. We will have the little Lindemann system, which will be the Move and Groove. So the Move is the full range loudspeaker with the Groove active subwoofer being driven by the Lindemann Music Book series. But the main system is going to be the Electro Compagnie monos. The Exact S1, which if you've not come across that before, please look at some reviews. I'll link the product description in the description below the video itself, so you can have a look there and browse that to your heart's content. But this is a great system, and I've heard this system many times. It is so detailed, musical. The soundstage is holographic. It gets you right into the heart of the recordings. And again, I personally feel that there is a great synergy between the amplification and speakers, both with Audio Solutions and with Revival Audio. And we've partnered both of these before, and they worked very well together. But of course, you can be the judge. Come into a room, please introduce yourself. And as I said, it will be great to welcome all of you into our exhibition at the Scottish HiFi Show on the 9th and 10th of November. So a very brief video this week. We were hoping that the RD160 would have been here and we could have done an unboxing of that. But instead, we've got a nice offer for you on a system which I think really defies its price point, and that collectively will tick a lot of boxes for so many people in terms of the sound performance. But more importantly, it would be great to welcome you to the Scottish Show, and as I say, it's just over 2 weeks away. So get your plans organised. What a great excuse to come to Scotland. Edinburgh is a beautiful city if you've never been there before. It is just got one of the best vibrant, I would say, scenes in terms of the energy around the heart of Edinburgh, down George Street, and the many cafes and restaurants and bars down there. There's lots of live music venues in Edinburgh. So when you've been to the show, you can spend an evening in Edinburgh wining and dining and enjoying the hospitality that Scotland has to offer. Or if you prefer a more relaxed weekend, then you can stay in the heart of Fife, which is where our showroom is, and perhaps visit St Andrews, spend one day at the HiFi Show and one day sightseeing around some of the beautiful villages in the East Neuk, from Ely, St Monans, Pittenweem, Anstruther and Crail, and then winding that little coastal route down and finishing up in St Andrews is a lovely trip out. It's a spectacular part of the country. And at this time of year, with the autumnal colours, and I love these beautiful autumn mornings that we get here, it's worth just the trip up for that alone, and with the added bonus that you can indulge in your favourite hobby and come and talk to us about everything hi-fi. So there we go. Thank you very much indeed for watching this week's video. If you have any advice you would like on your hi-fi system, you can message me directly. Here is my email address up on screen. And please, if you've enjoyed our videos or are enjoying this one, please like and subscribe to our channel. Again, it takes a few seconds, but it does mean a great deal to us. And thank you for all of you who have subscribed thus far. Have a great week listening to music. It is the best way to relax and enjoy life. It is one of the most fulfilling hobbies, I think, that is available to us as human beings. As always, I really appreciate the fact you've watched this video this week, and I genuinely look forward to welcoming you to the HiFi Show and to the next video. Now, the next video will be on the week of the show itself, so look out. Hopefully we've got the RD160 and I will do an unboxing video on that if it arrives. If not, we should have it here in time for the show itself. Get yourself booked in. I look forward to welcoming you, and thank you so much for watching this week's video.